Who's taking pictures? Part 1, simple tips. In area 12, you can see a small patch where lava is coming up through the ground. If you walk over this area, the ground will collapse, revealing a small ledge that you can use to mount Lunastra. Lunastra is very easy to mount, she's not very resistant to it. However, be sure to have full stamina before attempting, as she will try to knock you off at least once, if not twice. Lunastra's fire pools can be put out with water weapons, puddle pods, crystal burst, and water type insects. However, only puddle pods and crystal bursts can put out the large flames. As the fight progresses, Lunastra will head to area 8. This is the area with the droppable boulders. When you see her fly to this area, go back to base camp and switch your mantles. Bring the ghillie mantle with you. That way you can sneak up on her. While she does hang out under the boulders like most monsters do, she will see you from afar. She isn't like the Nergigante who will just sit there grooming himself. She is actively looking for you, so you do need the ghillie mantle to catch her by surprise. When Lunastra is low on health, she will retreat to where the Teostra usually sleeps. Wake her up with a couple mega barrel bombs and your strongest attack, then put your ghillie mantle on. This will give you the opportunity to leave. If you need to, you can restock on bombs. Wait a while just outside of her chamber. When you see her fall asleep, that's your cue to go back in. You can drop 2 more mega barrel bombs and your strongest attack again. At this point, she should be very close to death and it shouldn't be very hard for you to finish her off. Doing damage to Lunastra. Lunastra is one of those monsters with very high resistances. For slicing type weapons, weakness exploit only procs on the tail and the wings. Good luck hitting these except for when she's down, and when she does go down, it is only for a few moments. Blunt weapons like the hammer will proc weakness exploit on the head only. She moves quite a bit. If you're playing online, I recommend not bringing a hammer because she'll constantly change her direction. Bows have it best this time. Bows will proc weakness exploit on the tail and on the head. Her tail is quite large, so it is fairly easy to hit, and the bow's evade makes it fairly easy to hit the head, even if Lunastra is constantly changing directions. Lunastra is mostly weak to ice and dragon, ice being the better of the 2 elements. If you don't use a bow, I highly suggest using something like a Gunlance that applies flat damage that ignores weaknesses. In my personal testing, I found the Gunlance and the bow to work best and to be the easiest to use against her, so that's what we're going to focus on in this guide. Elder Seal is great against Lunastra. If you're able to do a lot of damage and hit her consistently, Elder Seal will stop her from using her supernova. She's weak to dragon, so Elder Seal weapons are great against her, though they will lose a little bit of DPS when compared to ice weapons like the Legiana Snowfletcher. Next, we're going to talk about skill priority. The most important skill you can bring on this quest is going to be fire resistance. If you get 20 or more fire resistance, you will be immune to fire blight. This is invaluable against the Lunastra. Unless if you're going for insane DPS and have enough skill not to die to her, you should focus on utility and defensive skills. So the next one here is going to be earplugs. If she catches you in her roar, she will be able to attack you before your recovery animation ends. This is extremely infuriating. The next skill, Tool Specialist, is one that you probably don't hear a lot. Defensive mantles are great in this fight, as you'll be able to use your mantles more often. The Tool Specialist skill gives you a much needed sense of freedom and security. My personal opinion is that the Gunlance and bow are the best weapons for this fight. If you bring a Gunlance, you want to bring artillery and evade extender. Artillery is a default skill you should bring on all Gunlance sets. Evade Extender is great on the Gunlance. It gives you the ability to keep up with Lunastra's insane movement and dodge her attacks. With the bow, you want to bring Critical Element, Ice or Dragon attack, Weakness Exploit, Constitution, and as much Expert as possible. Like and comment for the YouTube algorithm to favor my video. Subscribe if you want to watch more low effort videos in the future, and hit the alert/bell icon if you really like me. Thank you. Bye bye.